Hey everybody, what's up? Hey, while I still got stuff set up out here, sun's still shining and all that, I just wanted to go over this real quick about the gear shift. I call it the gear shifter. Gear shift is actually called a gear shift spindle rod that connects to the actual shifter that you hit with your foot, which I believe came with this little package I got. So I got a Kickstarter, but unless it's soaking down somewhere. I had soaked everything down in kerosene twice. This stuff was not in great condition, man. So I had two different baths of kerosene, and then even a little bit after that, good old PV blaster and stuff. But anyways, okay, here's the gear shift. You got to do this to make sure that you're going to be in the right gears. Where was it one down and five up, or how one down and neutral, and then the rest are up. That's how it goes. You know, it's all been a little bit stuck on a couple of months, anyways. Um, Memory's not that great, but this right here, gear shift spindle, it goes into this gear here, what they're calling drum shifter, and that actually goes to that what I call a cam. It's when that turns, it pushes those shift levers up and down, and moves the gears around, and I'm not no engineer. I don't completely understand how exactly that works, but just putting it back together the way it says in the manual, I think we'll be all right here. But anyways, you want to make sure. Now this is supposed to be set in a neutral position, so it says there's a little mark on this one of these teeth, a little center punch, and kind of hard to see, but it's there. So that is supposed to be pointing. All it says in the book that this is in alignment. It's got a line running through like this axis from this shaft through this shaft and a straight line. So the center of this, so there's four teeth, so it would be the center slot. On his there's like a keeper here that you want to have pushing that keeps it from like overranging itself, I don't know exactly what the function, but I think, yeah, so you don't go past the gear. So once this is all lined up, give me a second here. It should go right in there. Everything's right. Make sure that's right. There'd be that little clipping back there. Let me see. That looks good there. Okay, center punch is right in the middle slot there. So I got two gears on each side of that. So that's it. It's along what they're calling that axis like this, that straight line between the two shafts. So, I kept looking at that, and I knew I had some work. I still got piston work to do, so I'm a ways off from this thing actually running. But I look at that sometimes like, oh God, something else I got to figure out. Sat down, dude, no big deal. Actually, the way it was set up, the center mark was already there, so I guess that means it's in neutral. Yeah, the gears are turning, so I'm just figuring this out one step at a time. And yeah, so all it does is just push this in and line that up. But I was saying something before on the last video about the crankcase, and this is the opposite side of the crankcase, obviously. About stomping on gears and hitting it too hard with your foot. But this is where it's back underneath this gear here. And I kind of went over this once. I think I showed some pictures of it. I don't know if you got to take this. This is called the cover plate, and then this is there's a name. Oh, neutral stop arm. I don't know, somehow it's got notches in this gear, I guess, underneath there. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but anyways, the main thing right on the other side of this gear is like reduced, and along the shaft is an indentation on each side, and that's where what they're calling. I'm pretty sure they're calling a ratchet pawl. It's a piece of steel about as big as your fingernail, about as big as my fingernail, and only 3/16 hardened, tool steel, but The thing is not massive. There's two of them. And there's a spring that pushes each one like out. I think the springs push them out. Yeah, and there's another like gearing ratchet type thing keeps them pressed down so it won't go. It just go one click at a time. I guess is how it works. I thought it was more. I think there's another one in the actual Kickstarter. Yeah, we'll figure that out. But I just want to point out. I keep talking about stomping on gears, and I know sometimes, I do it too. You got to kick them. You're wearing boots, especially if you're racing somebody. You're not going to baby the thing. Especially sometimes at first gear, they get stomped it as you going down out of the other gears. You hit neutral. You might be in neutral, and then you go to, say you slow down a bunch, braked into a turn or something, and then you hit neutral. I might not even pull the clutch in. I stomped that gear down, so I'm guilty of it too. But something to keep in mind, that little guy is called a ratchet paw, and there's two of them up inside there. So if things ever go to hell in a handbasket, this is probably one of them little guys back up in there. And so, but I think I got everything pretty well straightened out. And yeah, so this will put when I finally get one, my Gearshift lever, for my foot, I'll be in neutral here. So no big deal. That was easy. It's just a matter of sitting down sometimes and wrapping your head around that drawing, schematic or whatever you call it, breakdown. So it's like, but just take it and I use a little mechanical pencil sometimes and put my own word next to it or arrow, and so that maybe take a break and come back. I was like, okay, so anyhow, that's where I'm at. Got the shifter in there. I had it straight up with that center punch on there, and you'd be good to go. All right, buddies.